All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Ultimate Clash. Now, this is an event that if you are a newer player, or maybe you haven't accumulated a lot of the bigger, stronger, newer kind of characters, this is an event that actually can be pretty difficult. And I know that a lot of people always ask, okay, what are the best team builds? What are some teams that I can bring in here to try to get through this event, right? I know when I first started, I was not beating Ultimate Clash. There was no way in hell I was ever beating this stage. I would get to the third phase and I would just get obliterated, right? That's when it starts to get really hard. The first two phases are usually pretty simple, but then after that, man, it really starts to get tough. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna show you a few different team builds that you can do. And, you know, whether it's mono type teams, whether it's category type teams, really up to you. I still like to run the mono. I know that's kind of like an outdated thing for Ultimate Clash, but I still do that as opposed to trying to figure out different categories. Just because for me and my little brain, it's a little bit easier for me to look at, okay, colors versus, all right, trying to figure out who's in what category without mixing them up, you know, because some characters go into multiple categories. So sometimes they would end up messing it up. So I just stick with the colors. It makes it easier. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a couple different team builds that you can use to run through here that might help you out. I'm going to try my best to try to avoid some of the newer-ish characters from this year and show you some more teams that you can use without them. And if some of these might have them thrown in there, but you know, I will still show you combinations of people that you still can use to try to help you out and beat it without those guys, right? Because like I said, a lot of the Ultimate Clash stuff isn't hard until you get to the final phases. Now, just a review of the current Ultimate Clash here. It started on the 28th of November and it's going to go until the 26th of December. So we do still have, what is that, another week of this Ultimate Clash before it resets and we get the new typings for everybody here. But basically, level 1's gonna have 2 fights. You're gonna have the Ox King, then you'll have Spopovich as the boss fight. Level 2 is you're gonna have Gokua. Oh my gosh, dude, I always mess this dude's name up. And Raditz. And then for level 3, you're gonna have Whis, Baby, and the Goku and Piccolo LR as the boss fight. So basically, this is going to help you out, right? Because you're going to get a lot of these Ultimate Clash, these battlefield memories. And that's going to help you be able to pick up some of these newer LRs like Garlic Jr. Garlic Jr. is a very good battlefield LR. So being able to get him, clear out some of these stages and to be able to actually get him is kind of the goal here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of these teams, right? I'm also going to show you the tools to try to actually do this yourself, right? So this is actually Dokkan tools, right? If you search this up in Google, you'll be able to find this. You can even just type in Ultimate Clash Team Builder, and you can find this one in here as well. But this is Dokkan tools. And from here, you're able to basically pick out, you can go through all the categories. You can filter them out by class, either super or extreme. You can filter out by LRs, TURs. You can go typings. You can look at the leader skills, attack stats, everything that's you kind of sort it. And basically what I've done here is for this first tab, I built out a bunch of teams that are pretty much monotypes. Now, what I always recommend is starting off with 2 free-to-play teams, whether it's the Ginyu Force and the Team Bardock, right? To clear out stage 1, because like I said, these fights are not hard. So you can bring in some of these lower tiered teams and still be able to clear these out very fast without wasting a lot of your precious, harder, bigger, hard hitting characters. So, I would use Team Bardock here or Ginyu Force here because it's extreme versus super. And then you can use Team Bardock here because it's super versus extreme. Just kind of help you out a little bit there, and that'll knock out the first phase or the first level. Then you got Gokua and Raditz here. So he's going to be Extreme Fizz, and then Raditz will be Extreme HEL. You do have to take Gokua out first before you can fight Raditz. So basically, we built out a full Extreme STR team. I like to go with Extreme characters first, because obviously a lot of like the bigger, better characters are super class. So I like to save them for later, for if I start to have trouble, or if like say my extreme class team fails, then I can pull out the super class team and actually just run through it a lot easier. So right now, what I built out here is a mono team here with extreme STR. So if we go in here and we set extreme STR and we looked at the attack, like we could pull up this entire list of all the characters here, and you can filter them in and build your team out, right? That way you can actually look at your full team. Once they've been used, they will be taken out of this list, so you don't end up accidentally reusing them as you're building your teams here. Another tool that I like to use is over here on the Dokkan Wiki. If you go into typings, right? If you go teams, types, it'll take you to this page here. And from here, you can pull up like the different typings. You can pull up super and extreme, and this will actually give you like the best leaders for monotyping, right? So if I wanted extreme STR as my leader skill, this is going to pull up like the best leaders here. So a lot of people aren't going to have like these kind of supporters. So, you know, some of these teams will have them as leaders, but you don't have to use them. There's so many other options here for characters that can do monotype teams. And it starts from the top being the best, and it just starts to funnel down from there. So we look at here, I basically threw Broly and Omega in as the double leader. And then we went with Turles, full power Frieza, the super easy aid Broly. I put Tien in here. I know he is one of the newer characters from this year, but honestly, you could really use anybody from this list, because at this point in the fight, this isn't going to be a very tough one, right? This is not a very tough fight here. So you could really use anybody from this list, right? You could throw Cooler in there. Cooler would do really well. I would say Goku Black, but he is newer. Kid Buu isn't as new, so a lot of people will probably have him. You can even use like Tao. You can throw in whoever else. You can throw in Buu. I mean, Nova is a free-to-play, so you can definitely throw Nova in there as well. So that's a free-to-play option to replace Tien. You know, it makes it very easy. Then we move into the Raditz fight, and it's going to be against AGL. So, of course, we put in a big old AGL team here. Now, yes, Goma is in there, and I did filter in the Garlic Jr. as well. But honestly, I mean, you could take these two guys out. Full Power Frieza, Cell, Baby, Super Buu, Android 13. I mean, this Easy 8 Android 17 or Super 17, right? You can pick, dude, there's so many characters from here. And a lot of these guys too, like, I mean, like this guy, you can pick up in the Stone Shop if you don't have him. He's a great character you can use to kind of help you out. And, you know, from there, you just kind of plug and play. And I love this resource here to be able to really see and build out these teams and just make it so much easier. Once you've gone through Raditz, you're going to go into the third phase. And this is where stuff starts to get a little bit more difficult, right? So Whis is going to dodge. Baby's going to hit you pretty heavy. And then these guys are definitely going to be the heavy hitters of the Ultimate Clash. So we look through here. So we got Int, Tech, and AGL. So we're going to go with Fizz, Int, and Tech. And we're doing all extreme types. Like I said, I like to do all extreme types first and waste my resources there first. And then once those have failed, or if they fail, then I have a backup super team that I can use, right? So from here, I mean, you just get the leaders. Again, we just pull up the actual page here over on the Dokkan Wiki, and you can pick out the best leaders for your monotype team and be able to build that out here, right? So for this, we went ahead and built teams out for all of these guys, and then went ahead down here and made our, let's call them backup teams, full of super class characters, right? For all the same monotypes. So same deal. We basically just used the Dokkan Wiki. We went to super of each typing, and we've got all our leaders here to be able to build this out. So these are just some options that I kind of threw on here that you can definitely use. If there are characters on this list that you do not have, again, coming here using this site is so simple and so easy to really look at, like, okay, who do I have available in this pool? And then, I mean, you can use your phone as well, right? If you're playing on your phone, you know, you can filter out super STR. Okay, who am I building out? You start building your team, right? It's just based off who you have. But this right here is just a good resource to try to use. Dokkan tools and then also the Dokkan Wiki in tandem are very good for helping you figure out how to build out your team. Now, I did also go ahead and build out a few like heavy hitter category teams. These guys are going to have like the newer characters on here, right? And then of course, like there's some options you can do to kind of plug and play with these as well. So again, I'd start off with a Team Bardock, Team Ginyu kind of Team Bardock and Ginyu Force kind of teams just to knock out the first phase. Then another free-to-play option you can do, which I didn't include on the other list, is the Saiyan Saga free-to-plays, right? So I mean, you can use the LR Goku. You can throw the manga Goku on there too. I kind of just threw him in there. And then the other characters here are all free-to-play. You know, everybody in this list is all free-to-play. All three of these first teams are, right? Even this Bardock back here, because he is free-to-play through the quest mode. So, yep. So we got a bunch of free-to-play characters here. Then we start going to some heavy hitter teams. So here I'm looking at straight up just like Super Boss's Rose team. So, you know, you can have Rose in here, have a bunch of the clones. The clones are all free to play, so you'll be able to pick these guys up. The AGL Rose I really like, so I threw him in here to kind of finish it off. You know, you can also still use, let's actually pull this up here. We'll go to extreme. You can use the physical Goku Black if you do have him, or you can even use like the Super Easy Aid physical Goku Black. You can throw him in there as well. I think I threw him in here on another team. That's kind of why I don't see him showing up, unless I'm just missing him. I think I threw him in here on like another squad somewhere down the line maybe. But yeah, he's also another choice that you, oh no, he's right here. You can use him in here as well, right? If you don't have this Goku Black, you can easily funnel in this guy's a leader, this guy's a leader. You can use this guy as a leader. Really doesn't matter. Or you can just use any kind of super boss lead. Run all the clones. The clones kick ass, dude. The clones are so good. This one here is a full GT Heroes team. And I mean, do they really need any explanation? Do we really need to explain why the GT Heroes team is so good? It's pretty straightforward. You know, if you've got the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, if you've got the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you guys are set right there for your leaders. And then from there, you basically just work down the line, man. You just go. One thing I did forget to mention here when I built this one out, I would definitely put this guy here as a secondary leader, not the clone. You know, definitely don't do that. I would set another Goku Black as the actual like secondary leader. But yeah, so here's an option here for GT, and then as you can see over here, a bunch of other options that you could still use. You know, this Vegeta would still be very good. These two LRs are still very good. A lot of people do have them. He's a good choice. Pan's a good choice. The Spirit Bomb's a good choice. Again, at this point in the fight, you know, if you're using them in phase 2, you're not going to have a lot of trouble, right? A lot of these guys are very heavy hitter teams that you can probably use in any phase and just completely run through it, right? Here we have a Future Saga team. So we went ahead with the blue Goku and Vegeta as the leader, the secondary being the Vegeta and Trunks, and then I obviously had to throw in the new boys here, right? So the new LR Gohan, the Gohan and Trunks Easy A, Trunks' new Easy A, and then they threw in some Goku Blacks here at the end. You know, we got the Merge Zamasu, we got Goku Black. And again, I mean, this Rose could also go on this team too, up here, right? There's a lot of plug and play, and this is why I like to use like resources like this to kind of keep track of who is on what team that I'm kind of running, so I don't accidentally put somebody on one team, forget that they were supposed to be on another, and then completely not have another character to play with on that team. For this one, we went at Demonic Power, right? Goma's the leader, Daima Goku as a secondary, and then just kind of put in a bunch of Demonic Power characters here. For this one, you know, here, dude, you've got so much to choose from. There's so many guys here that you can use that will definitely still get the job done. I mean, even like Garlic Jr. is free to play. Buhan, or Bootank's Buhan, Rudigan. I mean, the Gohan, the Piccolo, the Family Kamehameha Gohan. Dude, there's so much you can play with here. And this is just my way of like really showing you teams that I think could do it. Right, here's another one. Here's a youth team. So you can just throw this one in there. obviously utilizing the new LR, or the new LR Gohan, right? But you can easily kind of plug and play with this one. And there's so many like youth category here that I think they can still get it done. You'd probably use this one at, you know, if you don't have this guy, where you don't have Go Tanks, you would probably use this on maybe like a lower leveled kind of phase. But I think they would still get the job done no matter what. Uncontrollable Power, just a big Broly team, dude. like you could just throw a bunch of Brolys all over the place here. You know, you can use this Broly in there as well. You can put Bio Broly in there. Bio Broly is free to play right here. You can use this Super Easy Aid Broly, throw him in here, right? If you don't have, you know, one of these newer-ish Brolys, or definitely like the newer, like Wrathful Broly, you can take him out. He's easily replaceable with any of these guys here. This one I just went with a reps of U7. So let's pull this one up. Not extreme, we'll go super. Honestly, you can use whoever here, right? If you don't have this Goku from Golden Week, chances are you probably have one of these two or both. So you can use them. You know, you can throw in the other UI sign. You can throw in the androids. You can throw in the blue boys here. You can even throw in like this Kaioken Goku. You can throw him in there. You can throw this guy in there. And either way, I think this team will still get the job done. If anything, at least put in some good work and some good damage to kind of at least knock down a lot of like any of the phase 3 boss's health. And you can just use one of these other teams to kind of clean up shop. This one right here is an androids, obviously utilizing the new 16, and we've got Cell in there as well. If you do not have either of these guys, I mean, we've got the Gammas. The Gammas can easily run this team very, very well. You know, you've got these androids here. You've got the Gammas from the 9th anniversary. Android 21 would be fine here, I think, too. And then you've got a couple other options here with some 17s, 18s. And yeah, other than that, like this will be fine as well, even if you didn't have like these guys here. This one is probably, I mean, pure Saiyans. Pure Saiyans. Like the pool you could choose from here is plenty. So we went the big boys. We went with the 10th anniversary headliners here as the leaders. Obviously, you do not have to use them as a leader. You could run God Goku. You know, if you have him, put him as the leader. He is very good. He is a hybrid and pure Saiyan leader. So you could easily do that. You know, this filters out through the leaders. So, I mean, you could throw in the other God Goku. You could throw in, I mean, most people, he's still new this year too. So these guys are still new this year. Actually, all three of them are. So I wouldn't bother with them. I mean, maybe even him. You know, he's not really a pure Saiyans leader. But, you know, you have choices here, right? You have a whole lot of choices with pure Saiyans. This one I just kind of went with a Wicked Bloodline. So just a bunch of Friezas and then kind of finishing out with a couple coolers. So, you know, for this one, you can easily plug and play. If you don't have some of these guys, maybe like the newer, like the TDC Golden Frieza, or maybe like this Frieza here, you have other options that you can still pull from. Some of these like these older Friezas are very good. The manga Frieza is very good. I do like him a lot. So he is a very viable option for this team as well that you can kind of play with here. This one is Corroded Body and Mind, just basically feeding off Baby's team, right? Kind of utilizing him a little bit there. Now, if you don't have, you know, Baby, or you don't have the LR Goten and Gohan possessed, you can take these guys out of here. You can put like Janemba, you can put the fat Janemba in there. You know, that'll work out pretty well. I believe this guy is... No, he's not Corroded Body and Mind. I thought he was. I thought he was a leader for Corroded Body and Mind. But I mean, you still have other options here that you can definitely play with as well. So, you know, plugging in a few Corroded Body and Mind here. You know, these guys are very good. Obviously, they want to run more so with Baby, but I think they'd be fine without him, honestly. And if you have this Baby here, that would still work. Like you could put him on the team and it'd still work. But you have options here that you can kind of play with. And then one of the last teams I threw in here is just a cooler team. right? Cooler is very, you know, I hope he gets his Easy A soon. I think coming up with Anniversary, I think we could see this guy getting his Easy A. But this team was actually really good when he first dropped. And this could be an option maybe for one of the earlier stages, or at least to try to like help knock down some of the HP of a phase 3 boss or a phase 3 enemy, right? You got Metal Cooler, you got his squad here, and then I just kind of threw in like another Metal Cooler just to kind of finish it off. Or you could use, you know, the STR Cooler, you could use this STR Cooler, you could put somebody else in there too, and it would work out just fine. But yeah, I mean, this is a few teams that I just kind of built out. Now they're not, you know, this one didn't have the leader skill just right. This one doesn't have the leader skill just right either. I mean, I guess Revenge does work, but it's not very good compared to like if I put this guy up there. Obviously that would be a better choice. But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of show you this. Just the way that like I like to look at how I build out my teams is just to go here. You know, I can easily look up this, again, Dokkan tools. You can pull this up, you can build your teams out, you can build out multiple teams, and it'll funnel it. That way you're not putting in additional or the same character on additional teams. So you have it as if you were building out your Ultimate Clash. And then here, obviously a bunch of different category type teams. And on the Dokkan Wiki, again, you go to this, you go to teams, you go to types, and you can pull up each of these to figure out the leaders, the best leaders for, you know, these typings, whether you go for super extreme or whether you go for monotyping. This is a very good way to try to help you out. So hopefully this helps. You know, hopefully this wasn't a little long-winded, a little like, hopefully nobody really got lost anywhere. Hopefully these resources really do help. Like, because I like to try to do my best to help you, and I can really just like tell you things, but I also want to try to do my best to give you some of these resources that I use to help you in the long run, right? You can use these later on. You can help your friends out with these and kind of show them these as well. This can get passed around. That way it really helps the community a little bit more, you know, instead of just being like, oh, hey, build this team, or hey, put these guys on the team, right? I want to be like, hey, here's a tool you can use, play with it. Here's some examples you can use. You can play with that too. And hopefully this really does help. I know one of my beautiful subscribers had requested this video to try to build out Ultimate Clash teams to really help him out. So hopefully this does help. Hopefully this helps him. Hopefully this helps the rest of you. And if you guys have any other questions on any of these like resources, or, you know, if you're confused about some of these teams, or, you know, these teams don't really work for you and you really do need just a little bit more help, I'm always happy to help you. Just reach out to me and I will happily help with anything else you guys need. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. So if you guys did stick around to the end, I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know if these resources do help you. Let me know if this was a good enough guide for you to kind of help you build it yourself, right? Instead of me just telling you, hey, build this team, build this team. Hopefully this helps you in order to really help you understand and help you build the teams out the way that you would like to. I will also link the websites in the description, so go ahead and check there too. You know, quick access to them. That way they're right there, ready for you to go. You don't have to go around searching for them or anything like that. So, but yeah, that's it. So like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.